Hi, my name is Marc Mercado. So my topic is about the human experience of music. Oh, sorry. Okay, so a little bit about me. I am a four-year UH West Oahu student. I graduated from Waipahu High School in the Academy of Arts and Communications, and it guided me to become or to major here in creative media and be a part of the general creative media concentration. So in my presentation, I'm going to be talking about my plans for senior capstone, my thesis statement, the objective and rationale of my research conducted, and then I'm going to address everything that I'm going to be doing in my research or my project from my research. So my thesis statement is the music's ability to evoke nostalgia can provide mental health benefits as connecting with nostalgic memories through music eases depression and loneliness by making people feel valued and part of a meaningful life narrative. And the objective and rationale of my research conducted. So in my research paper, I researched on how music plays a role in the human experience. So like retrieving memories from Alzheimer and dementia patients. It can be used in therapy. So all the components in psychological and physiological that are healing. And people resonates with music because it evokes evokes a certain emotion. But from all that research in this proposal, I want to understand the depth of music's ability being used as a tool and how it gives us these experience. And as a media person, I want to see how I can capture that curiosity. So this is slide number one of my senior capstone plans. So I plan to create my own composition. However, every composition represents a unique musical formula and why that particular instrumental elicits a specific emotion. So the idea is deconstructing different musical pieces to analyze its composition and identifying the emotion it evokes, and then reconstruct it in my own style. And I plan to do 5 instrumental pieces, no lyrics, because the idea is communicating these emotions through the instrumental and not immediately give away the message from the lyrics. So all is with different musical formulas that evoke a unique emotion. And then I plan on analyzing participants' valence, arousal, emotions, potential memory triggers, physiological reactions, and more. Just analyze the overall psychological and physiological impact it has on them. And how this direction is appropriate. So it's understanding what's in music, what's in the music that gives them these human experiences, and then identifying patterns, structures, and techniques to create a deeper emotional resonance in the music and a deeper appreciation for music. And through my research and deliverables, my goal is to guide fellow musicians in recognizing the depth within musical pieces and then demonstrating how this understanding can be applied to craft the music that's tailored to like certain scenarios. So for my significance, slide number one. So the idea is of self-experimenting musical compositions to understand the structure of music and emotions, and then try to highlight how music serves as an experience in various contexts and can be incorporated in different scenarios, and then try to do that or try to effectively communicate the benefits of that across all age groups. For significance number two, I want to talk about interpolation. So a lot of us know that a lot of popular music does interpolation. So interpolation is a pre-existing melody, a riff or musical element within the new composition, so that they're incorporating a recognizable portion of an existing song or musical piece into a new work. So let's take Cadden and D by Johann Pachelbel, and then Memories by Maroon 5. So they have a similar melodic structure, and they both trigger a sense of nostalgia. And Maroon 5's goal was to evoke that nostalgic and reflective emotion within the song Memories. And it was smart. It was a smart technique to do by incorporating Pachelbel's Canon and D, because it became somewhat an iconic piece in weddings or self-reflecting or all these nostalgic memories that people have with the song. For significant number three, um, from the sources that I put up here, each musical key, musical intervals, and its structure elicits an emotion. So, for example, the key of A elicits a youthful cheerfulness and love, and Now we all know major keys elicits positive emotions and minor keys elicits emotions like sadness, melancholy, and etc. But however, sometimes major keys can elicit bittersweet and sadness, and it's because of the different musical aspects within the song and how everything is structured. So here's the musical intervals of if we incorporate that with the keys, we can like put more emotion into the instrumental pieces. And also with chords and chord progressions. So different chord progressions, the way it's played, a way where it evokes sadness in a song with the major key. And yeah, it still, again, it involves with the musical intervals and structure. And here are the structures where different dynamics and how it elicits an emotion. So significance number 4, so future implications. I believe filmmaking can be it can evoke emotions within a scene through these musical formulas and create like music induced nostalgia in media, advertising and entertainment for emotional triggers. And then more implemented use in healthcare therapy. So understanding the construction of musical compositions to create specific like therapeutic experiences. So here's the data. This is data slide number 1. So this source talks about how it became like a go-to source of comfort for many for their brains, and then it triggered like past memories, and then it was like categorized with different memories that they associate the music with. So they all listen to like their selected music, and then a lot of people music, it reminded them of a person or people. And then we have place, travel, perspective, performance, music liking. And then one interesting thing is trauma, because a lot of music can be associated to traumatic events in their past memories. And then another data that I analyze is, so this source, they did a study where experiment number 1, participants listened to like this song that had like a minor key and a very um insane musical crescendo and an orchestral explosion in the middle of the song. And then you can see how, hold on, sorry. And throughout like those minor keys and that musical explosion, you can see how everyone had the same reaction to it. So sadness and surprise. And then the least one is I believe is anger, and then interest or like happiness, all of that because of how it was played and how it was structured. I'm sorry. Okay, so my proposed solution. So I believe this can make people have a deeper appreciation with music. So encouraging younger individuals to preserve their memories through music and have like cognitive development. It can utilize music to treat their patients with dementia and Alzheimer's. I believe music is not qualified to as a certified medical use, or like, but it's a good complement for any therapeutic situation. Um, and it's effective storytelling through musical formulas that it'll evoke certain emotions. So my deliverable, I plan to produce 5 musical compositions, no lyrics again. So each with a unique formula structure, so keys, intervals, tempo, dynamics, and each with distinct emotions and feelings depending on the structure. And the duration of each piece will be around 2 to 5 minutes. And then after that, I want to analyze participants' experiences with each piece. So I plan on getting like 100 participants listening to all 5. And after each listen, they do like a Google survey. And then I want to note like their emotional responses, any triggered memories, valence, arousal, experience of frisson, and all of that. And frisson is like goosebumps and chills. That's a French word, I believe. And then I kind of want to do like a wall installation, but we'll see. But so then after grabbing data for each musical piece, so for yeah, each 5, I plan to do a wall installment. And then in the middle is a QR code to the musical piece. It's in the center, and each of it's like it surrounds like a cluster of common emotions associated with that musical composition. and the predominant emotion is the biggest one. So these are examples, and it'll be the same for the other three. And then the percentage shows of those among the 100 individuals who experience these emotions for each of the pieces. And then these are more examples. So then the QR code, it will link them to the music piece, and then it'll have like a list of all the musical components that was incorporated in the musical piece and which part of the piece it occurred. And here's another example. So target audience, I kind of want to target towards psychologists and neuroscientists, just to like take consideration of the depth of music and its craft, and how it creates different experiences in humans and how they can tailor these crafts to certain therapeutic situations. And then the next one is creative media students and musicians together. And so like how to choose the right song for a specific scene, or for musicians to create a musical formula and structure appropriate for that specific scene and the emotion that it evokes. And then technology developers, maybe they can use that understanding to create like technology to understand musical structures and to generate like an instrumental that elicits an emotion. And then for my preparation and process, so my pre-production, to figure out evoking emotions in each 5 pieces, just all of them very different from each other. So I'll plan on improving, brainstorm musical compositions, and look through all the lists of keys and intervals that I could use, and then just add that up together. So like kind of like doing math with it. And then ask willing and potential participants to, participate in my, to be a listener, figure out materials for installment, and then gather appropriate equipment for like the listening sessions. And then my production, I compose 5 pieces with appropriate formula structure. And then again, I plan on getting 100 participants and then gather data from their experiences. And then for the post-production, that's all with building the wall installment and then the QR code, and then build a link to each music piece. And then it'll link to music and again, all the list of the musical components that occur in the piece and its emotions. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening. Any questions?